Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a different kind of video today. I'm going to be showcasing Cougar Gaming's two brand new mice on the market, the Minos XT and the Rgb ST. And I'm going to be answering the question, which is the right one for you, because these are two very different mice. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get straight into it. Now, the two mice are differently shaped. The Minos XT is more for a claw grip kind of gamer, no rubber grips on the side. The Rgb ST is more of a palm grip kind of mouse. It is definitely a larger mouse. You can immediately feel the difference between the two of them. So if you have smaller hands, maybe the XT is better for you. If your larger hands are more prone to be a palm grip kind of gamer, go for the ST. Okay, so here are the two mice side by side. This is the Rgb ST, this is the Minos XT. Now, as you can see, as I was explaining, there are two different sized mouses. The ST has the rubber grips and quite large side thumb buttons, which I really like. So even if you're not a big fan of the rubber grips, I find myself resting my thumb on the big buttons anyway while I'm using the mouse. So whether you use the buttons or not, this will be very nice options to have the two, whether you like rubber or not. So you can definitely play with your thumb on the buttons to control and hold the mouse. Again, going back to the palm grip. Now, the Minos XT is a lot smaller in the hand. It's definitely more of a claw grip. The buttons are a little bit smaller, no rubber on either side, where this has got rubber on either side. When it comes to the Rgb effects, I feel the Minos XT's Rgb effects are a little bit more cleaner. As you can see just on here, it's very smooth, very smooth. The ST has a bit of peaks. Now that can just add character to it, whatever way you look at it. I think the ST is a lot brighter. It's very bright. The XT is not as bright, so as you can see the reflection it does on the mat when you lift it up versus that. So the ST is definitely a lot brighter when it comes to the RGB lights, but the Minos XT makes up for it in looking so clean. The RGB effects are also cyclable on the mouse itself, and as you can see, like, the effects are just super crisp. Very nice, very clean, all kinds of different effects. The ST is more manual, so this only changes the color of the DPI setting you have, and it will change the scroll wheel color to correlate with that. So that's the two mouses side by side. The Rgb ST, rubber grips, bigger buttons, faster sensor. The Minos XT, smaller mouse. RGB effects look absolutely amazing. Smaller side buttons, no rubber side grips. So whether you like rubber side grips or you don't like rubber side grips, there are the different options for you. Both cables are not braided, they are smooth cables. Both scroll wheels feel almost identical. So let's put them exactly side by side. They don't look to be much of a different size, but the ST definitely does feel a lot better. I mean, my fingers barely reach the end of the mouse versus here my fingers can stick almost over. Alright, I'm just filming this off of the camera to make it easier. So this is the Sts configuration on the Cougar UIX system. Very intuitive. You can set your DPI settings. I just play on 1000 DPI for everything, so I change all my DPI settings so I can mess with the RGB colors on the fly. You have your angle shaping, which is really useful depending on how you use your mouse. We have a pooling rate, so as I said, it goes up to a 2000 Hertz pooling rate. It's so smooth, it's ridiculously smooth. We have the key assignment, so every single key can be customized. You can have macro keys, you can change your DPI button to have a specific macro group. Very fancy. Every single button can be customized, can be had a macro assigned to it, whatever you need there. When it comes to the lighting control, there is endless options. So each zone can individually be controlled with different patterns, different colors, different speeds. So you get the bottom underglow, the logo, and the scroll wheel light. These are all individually controllable. So that is the Revenger ST's UI/X system. Moving on to the Minos XT's UI/X system, it's a little bit more simple, or way more simple actually. You start off with your lighting, you have your different lighting controls. You can change your colors. Like I said, it's no slouch when it comes to customizability. Even on your statics, you have your 3 zones. You can change your logo, the bottom, the underglow to whatever color you want. But it's not as in depth as the Revenger ST. You can also have, you can customize each button to whatever you want it to be. You can assign macros to your certain buttons, and you can also change your DPI, so you have all your different DPI settings. This only has the 1000 Hertz refresh rate, or the 1000 Hertz pooling rate sensor. Alright, so there we go guys, 2 very different mice for different people. The Revenger ST, rubber grips, faster sensor, bigger side buttons, bigger mouse in general. The Minos XT, no rubber grips, smaller side buttons, a smaller feeling mouse. So I hope that answers your questions about what you have when it comes to regards with the ST and the XT. Both are phenomenal mouses. I have used both mice before. Mice? I have used both mice thoroughly since they've came out, both for at least 2 weeks each. And I can say I enjoy playing with the ST more, although I did come back from, before I swapped over to the XT, I had the Minos X5. I was using the Minos X5 for over a year. Rubber grips, this is still one of my all-time favorite mouses from Cougar. Mouses. This is a phenomenal mouse, the X5. So I went from the X5 to the XT, no problems whatsoever transitioning over, absolutely flawless. I loved the mouse from the get-go. I then swapped over to the Revenger ST as the daily gaming mouse, and I think I'm going to be sticking with the ST for me personally. But with whichever mouse, if you don't have a side-by-side comparison like I do, where you can actually feel and compare both mices, whichever one you choose, you will be happy with. And that's all I've got to say, guys. So I hope I answered all your guys' questions about the Revenger ST and the Minos XT. I hope you guys can now decide which mouse is better for you. And happy gaming, everybody. See you in the next video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please remember to leave a like on it. I would really appreciate that. And also comment down below, which mouse do you think suits your needs better? I would love to know. And I'll catch you all in the next video. I'm out, guys.